Hi, everybody. I'm just sending out. My name is Josiah Ford. I am the site manager and realtor for TeamFordDFW.com. You're getting this because you have been on our website looking for houses in the DFW area, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial over how to search and also welcome you to our site. And we appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity to help you possibly in the future with your home searches. So what our site does is actually mirrors the MLS. It gives you accurate home listings up to date within like the last 15 minutes or so. So it does a lot better than your Zillows, Trulias, which are not really live sites and may have properties on there that may be sold or not. So what we send is only active listings. So if you see something out there that's not on our website, but it's on the MLS, the reason why it's not on my website is because it's not active any longer. So I don't want to waste anybody's time looking at a property that's already under contract. If it comes back from being under contract, then it will then appear back on our website once the listing agent for the property has put it back on the website. So just wanted to show you how to quickly search. I know a lot of people get alerts that come directly to them. And sometimes people get a little bit frustrated because they're not getting the right house. Well, that's kind of what happens is when you come to our website based off of what you search for initially or what you look at initially, the website's going to start automatically creating searches based off that criteria, especially if we're not able to contact. I know we send you guys out emails or give you guys phone calls within the day or so of getting onto the website, but if we're not able to communicate with you, then you're going to get what was just comes to you based off of what you looked at on the website the first time. So when you're going in there, you can actually, from our first front page, team4dfw.com, you can actually go into a quick search. So I live in Frisco, so I'm going to say, um, if I'm looking for Frisco properties, I can pull up all Frisco properties. Not everybody is going to be able to afford $1 million home. So if you're not looking for $1 million home, let's go to like the sweet spot in Frisco right now. Let's go 300 to 550, or rather to 600. Um, and let's do 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths plus. What you're going to start seeing is it's starting to narrow that down for you and actually show you how many houses it has found. Another thing that's common in Frisco, nobody wants an old home. So let's go 2010 plus. It's starting to narrow that down for you. And obviously square footage. Let's say you want something more than 2,000 square feet. It's starting to continuously narrow it down for you. You can also look for anything else: condos, multifamily, commercial, land, townhomes. This is actually lease properties, so we do show lease properties on on our website as well. Farm and ranch, and also properties that are contingent. So this means it's under contract but contingent upon something. That may be financing, that may be somebody else's house being sold, maybe any of those things. We can also give you a search on fixer-uppers, newly built properties. You can find open houses, adult communities like Del Webb, green and energy efficient, horse properties, golf course properties, pool properties, waterfront, water view, or views. And then also financial options, reduced properties. So if you guys are looking, I know Frisco is a pretty hot market, but one thing I have noticed north of 121, Frisco, Plano areas, or McKinney, um, then what you end up finding is I see a lot of properties right now that are sitting a little on the market for a little bit longer than they were before. So you will see some reduced price properties, foreclosed properties, short sales, not distressed properties, lease to own. I know a lot of people are looking for those. If you're not interested in having an HOA over your head, you can find properties that don't have an HOA, which is going to be pretty few in the Frisco area. And then also seller financing, and then structural options. People want one car garage, or somebody wants a 3 car garage. The number of stories, that are in the property, a deck, a basement, which you're not going to find in Texas. I hope you don't. You might find some up north where people, like Pilot Point, where they've had just a small, not necessarily a basement, but a storage space underground. Obviously, you can find out if the master's on the first floor, air conditioned, and then rental options, whether it's furnished or if it allows pets or not. That's a big deal for a lot of people. But I'm not going to select anything because I want to see some stuff come back. Um, and in this case, I've got 363 properties. You can click on any of these at that point and start taking a look. One thing about being able to see these properties, when you guys start looking at properties, I can tell what you're looking at. So I can start to filter what you want in a property, long before you're looking for a house. You could be 6 months down the line and you're starting to look at little properties that are, that are out there. Um, you can actually come back and see, different properties come to your email based off of your criteria. So I'm going to be able to help you out with that. It's going to be able to show you anything on here. You can do actions on it. You can save the property for later. You can chat with us. You can talk with me or talk with one of our assistants to be able to talk further about the property if you have any questions. If you have any questions about it, if you want to go see the property, I am a 100% full-time realtor. If I'm not gonna really go see a property 6 months before you're looking for a house with no pre-approval. But if you're right around that time period, you're looking for a house a couple months out, you're real serious about it. You're really gonna be moving forward. After a couple questions from me, probably, I will be willing to extend the service of actually going to see a property because I'd like to meet you. Like to start talking with you about trying to help you find your next home. And that way when you get down to actually trying to purchase, you're not trying to scramble. A lot of people think that you're not, you don't need to do anything until you're right before you're ready to purchase, and at that point you're not ready. And so a lot of times you want to prep yourself months in advance, have your ducks in a row so that when it's time to purchase, you make the process as smooth as possible. um, I can also get set up for emails for new properties for us. You can get a flyer printed up, and then you can calculate payments as well. You can calculate payments, and it'll be based off of a down payment. I believe what we originally have here, you can customize this, and I think we originally have it based off of 5% down. I believe that's what I have it sitting there as. Um, and you can change that based off your down payment, and then you'll figure out down payment versus today's interest rate, and you can find out what your payment per month. Now mind you, this is just the payment. This does not include taxes and insurance. Those are variable expenses that are going to change by the property, that those fancy companies, like the insurance companies, change frequently, like daily, and the taxes change yearly, whether they're up or down. So that's a variable cost. So if you wanted to immediately just say, "Hey, I want to see it," just click here. So it tells you everything, bedrooms, bathrooms, gives you the description. Look, this guy is motivated. They're motivated to sell. So these are types of situations where their price that they originally told us of 369 is a good chance we're going to be able to negotiate this. So a lot of times I know people come on the website, look at a house, look at the price, and say, "Well, I can't afford that." Well, what if it's ten, $15,000 less than this? Is that in your wheelhouse? What if you're at a 350 price pointer, and there could be a possibility we can get this down. I can't guarantee it for anything, but it's going to depend upon what the buyer and seller agree to, and that will help. Normally, there are the distance of miles from the house actually for this, so you're normally going to see the distance. We'll have to check that out, but it's going to tell you the schools. It's going to allow you to click on the school so you can go and check what their ratings are. Um, it's also going to tell you, see, again here, look, this guy is motivated. He originally listed the property at 389. He went down to 379, 369. He's dropping at 10 grand until he gets somebody. This is something that if people want to try to find a deal in this market, everybody's trying to find a deal. And the hardest thing for me to tell people right now is for a lot of properties, it's going to be multiple offers over list price, but that's not the case in every single situation. It's relative to the location, it's relative to the price, it's relative to the condition of the property. So, it's not one exact science, but we're in the market every day, so we understand what neighborhoods um, are neighborhoods where we can get a reduction in price. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad neighborhood. It might mean that they listed the property too high. They might have been under contract and lost traction. They might have been under contract originally at the original price, but the contract fell through. And they've lost traction. The people that were interested in the property went and found another one. Um, and that kind of stuff happens. Tells you the HOA, tells you this is the energy efficiency of savings for this is the air conditioner, this is the ceiling fans, double pane windows. Just gives you a full description on everything on the house, and it also gives you um, a description on property versus the zip code, so average prices for square foot, for cost. So it really gives you a lot of what you're looking for here. Even whether it's low or high on the average lot size, and the number of visits that this property's actually has seen. So these number of visits are basically based off of my website. So how many properties how many times somebody's looked at this house on my website. And then looks at days on site. This is basically your days on market. It should be pretty accurate and tell you exactly what the days on market is. Looks like it's under what the average is. So, average days on market here looks like it's a little over 2 months. So again, like I said, not every house is selling immediately and that fast. It's in Frisco Hills, tells you the subdivision, tells you what sub area it is. It tells you what kind of financing that can be taken on the property. Tells you the built details. This is a pre-owned house. It tells you all the interior features. You can always also text your phone number, and you can get a Millions Mapped app that will come straight to you. And I recommend people using this if they're the type that drives around and wants to take a look at the houses and says, well, I wonder what that house's price is when they see a sign in the yard. Our Millions Map app will actually show you what that is. Tells you square footage again, room count, security systems, and then community features, construction materials. Tells you all the stuff that you're going to find in the MLS, the stuff that I have access to in the MLS that I can't directly give to you because it's a violation of my real estate license. But it does allow us to, in a different form, allow it to send to you. And then one thing that I frequently get asked, people ask for a map. Where does the house at? So this is tied into Google Maps, and this tells you exactly where the house is at. You can zoom out and find out where that's at. That's obviously 380. That's the tollway. That's Preston. Or you can zoom in and really figure out where exactly is this house in the subdivision. So in this case, this house is actually right here, 628 Sundrop. Or 617, I'm sorry. Given that this is the property, given that the address it's not a whole number, it's going to end up being here. This is the property that's here. And, as you can see, there's bigger lots across the street. You can tell that at one point when this picture was taken, that this wasn't here. So, and then also a street view. This is as recent as Google has it. It may not necessarily be as of today. And so, again, you can do a direct link that'll take you directly to it. So if you wanted to, I'm gonna pull that back. If you wanted to send this to your friend, your husband, your wife, and say, hey, I'm interested in this, you're interested in this property, you want them to see it, copy, paste that, send that to them in an email, and they'll be able to see it. But just wanted to, again, show you guys a tutorial. You can always contact me directly as your agent, and you can find me on social media all over the place. And then these are the things that my clients have said about me. Again, my name is Josiah Ford. Thank you for talking with us.